Hello and welcome to the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week number 91 with me, Craig Barton. Now what a wonderful resource this is. It's been uploaded by one of my favourite resource creators. They don't put much on, but when they put something on, it's flipping brilliant. That's from Pencho. And the resource in question this time is Key Stage 2 and 3 Problem Solving Questions 10 Problems. It's a single PDF file and it is truly wonderful. It's nice because there's a good little description by the author there explaining how they think it should be used. And I think this is an important point. This shouldn't be limited to Key Stage 2 and 3 students. GCSE students this is absolutely ideal for, and not just foundation, I'd say higher as well. Anyway, enough of me chatting. Let's have a look at the resource itself. So it's a single PDF. And it's got 10 questions, and I just want to take a look at a few and think how we might use it. So here's a nice one to start. Card mean. Here are some question cards. Find the mean of the answers. Now there's a few things I like about this. Firstly, we've got a couple of skills being tested here. We've not just got find the mean. Of course, to be able to find the mean, we've got to work out these sums. So as I've been saying to my Year 11s for the last couple of weeks, these ones here, 156 times 12. If you can't do your low multiplication, it's going to cost you quite a few marks at GCSE, even higher tier, because those questions pop up left, right and centre. So this is testing your knowledge of the 4 operations, and then it's testing your knowledge of whether you can find the mean. So there's one thing I like about it. The fact it's multi-topic. I love this, show your method, and that's true of every single card. It's emphasising that an answer alone is not enough. We need to see the method. And again, it's just putting into practice what I'm preaching left, right and centre to my students. But I like the way that they're kind of almost forced to do it using this as well. And the final thing I like about it is that each of these questions begs a kind of follow-up question. Something for this, for example, will be before you even start, what would be your estimate of your answer? Is it going to be bigger than 50, smaller than 50, bigger than 20, smaller than 20? How do you know? And then also things like, is there a quick way of doing it? Can we even bring a little bit of algebra into play to help us do this, seeing as that we're all starting with the same number and either adding, subtracting, timesing or dividing the same number? Would algebra help us at all in any way? Now, obviously, you're not going to go there with that with like a 7-year-old student or something like that. But if you've got somebody who's particularly keen and they want to take it one stage further, these questions, as you'll see when we look at a few more of them, often lend themselves to some kind of higher order thinking and extension. There's one, a fairly similar one, but this time with fractions. Find the range of the following fractions. So again, this is testing knowledge of range, but it's also testing knowledge of adding, subtracting fractions. Also, we've got the classic mixed number and improper fractions in the mix as well there. So can students be able to deal with those? I love this one here, inside triangle. Here's a square. Inside the square is an equilateral triangle. The perimeter is 54. Find the perimeter of the square. Now, on the face of it, that's not going to be too bad for a lot of students. And as a teacher, you might look at that and think, oh, that's straightforward. But it's not actually that straightforward for students. There's quite a few skills need to come into play there. They've got to know what perimeter means. They've got to know to do 54 divided by 3 to get the triangle. They've got to be able to physically do that. And then they've got to be able to times that by 4 to get the square. And crucially, they've got to know themselves to take on those 3 or 4 steps. So these are lovely questions to encourage thinking. I love that one with angles as well. And again, if I was asking that to students, once they've figured it out, I might say to them, if I change that 145 to 130, what effect's that going to have on X? Is it going to go bigger, smaller, and by how much? And then we can start to generalize and so on. So loads of stuff going on with this. A time period, again, loads of space for working out. And there's one other one I wanted just to show you. Yeah, look at this one here. Flipping out, this is hard. 10% of A equals B, 5% of B is C, 20% of C is D. If A is 600, what's the value of D? Now they're working forwards, they're working backwards, and again there's potential for generalization, looking at multipliers and so on. Now, how are we going to use these in the classroom? Well, we have a feature in our school where we have a puzzle of the week, and we have the same one for years 7 and 8 and the same one for years 9 and 10. And our staff show it in lesson every single week, and these are absolutely ideal for our kind of year 7 to 8 one. And the main thing about it is we're not all that interested in the answer. We're interested in how students have got to the answer. And we have a rule in our school that when teachers are going through these problems with their students and students are coming up to the board to share their answers, we say to our students, if the method somebody's showing you is different to your method and you understand it, can you write it down as well? And if it's the same as yours, you don't need to write it down. And if you don't understand it, put your hand up and let's have a discussion about it. And that means by the end of each of these problems, we normally have at least 3 or 4 different ways of attacking them and solving them. And it's great for students to see lots of different methods going on in the classroom. So these are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful problems. That's a flipping good one as well. Overlap, I'd recommend that one as well. And then thank God the answers are there. So what a wonderful source of 10 problems. I'd wholeheartedly recommend downloading those and getting them used in the classroom. Hope that was useful, and I shall be back with a fresh resource of the week next week. Take care and bye for now.